What's happening, fellow cake eaters? Welcome back to Adventure Airsoft. My name's Mike. Today we've got some action from the Killing House in Phoenix Airsoft, based in Mansfield. The mission today is for us to completely obliterate the enemy that is currently defending the bunkers that you can't really see, the bunkers in the complex in front of us. So we've got to take that as soon as possible, and the fastest time wins. Once we've taken it, the teams switch over and then we defend it and see whether we can do any better. This was the first game of the day, never been to the site before, never worked with these guys before. A lot of them are local guys or have been here for quite a while. My loadout for this mission is my chest rig, HPA system with my Tipman M4. All items for my kit and equipment that I use is available in the description, so please check it out. At the minute I'm working sort of a bit on my own. I went here to the event on my own, so I was just sort of feeling and testing the ground, trying to move along this right hand side here to get to the corner of this building. So myself and the other guy here on this tree, we can feel some rounds coming in a clipping thing, but we can't really think where it's coming from. As you'll see in a second, it does get quite close, a bit too close. The area is made up out of dense woodland, lots of foliage, lots of leaves for many years dropped onto the floor, so the floor is actually really quite sturdy underfoot. When it does rain there, apparently it does the water does wick away quite easily, so during most weather environments it tends to be a very usable site. So as I'm concentrating on the building here, bang, headshot. Like to speed this up, a quick run back. Always like to run in the game to get back in the firefight as soon as possible, rather than come straight to the point where I was before. I thought I'll just see where I can see if I can move around to the left and sort of work my way through. This game did have a lot of new players as well from the local area, which were really good. Joining the mates, it's always nice to see new fresh blood in the sport. So after making it to the building finally, a couple of guys have already made it there and started to make inroads into taking the building. All the buildings here are made up out of old vehicle containers, vehicle backs, hard bodies for trucks and stuff. I think there's a couple of ISOs and things, but basically it's a square, it's a hollow square with a few little bits in the middle. Couple of friendlies here, and we start to try and make inroads. Now the largest area for the CQB and the sort of kill house is the opposite there, where I'm going to be shooting in a second, which you'll see that. And that is where things start to get quite tasty.
You see around the corner, mate? See around there? Around there?
So we do have the medic rule ourselves, which we'll start to use in a second. But the enemy that's defending don't have any medic rules. So basically, as soon as they're hit, they're out of the game, and it's first time to clear the buildings as the winners. Obviously, I get hit there, so I get dragged into cover, and now I can use the 10-second medical rule, 10-second medic rule, and spawn back in.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you. And then the right.
There's a guy we just got. I think it was ricocheted, to be perfectly honest, but we took it anyway. Got 2 grenades for this game. I've got my Dynatex timed, which is about a 3-second delay. and then I've also got a 6-204 Dyntex as well, which is a 6-shot rotary reused wobblehead grenade, which is pretty good. So we're just struggling to get in. It's a bit of a choke point here. So the building opens up inside, and it opens up into like a main entrance area, and then you've got a couple of branches that go off that, and it's a choke point either end to try and get in to this open area. You can defend it quite well, or for quite a long period of time. For us, we slow down a little bit, but all in all, we actually get through the game fairly quick. Yeah, not really need to recommend it for the whole site, but obviously for this game you're going to need a light or a torch on at least one weapon to go and help clear these buildings, because as you can see there's very little light, there's very little windows, no ambient light at all, it's pitch black. Some people were actually quite, some of the young kids in there were quite, I wouldn't say scared, but they were showing that they were a little bit uncomfortable with how dark it was, and the extreme loud bangs that some of the grenades were going off at, and some of the pyro as well. So I get hit in the head there for what I thought was a friendly outside the building. I was trying to show him for a while my band to see whether he can see whether we're friendly or not. And then he kept firing. Took me and another guy out. As you can see there, he was using a laser through the building, which is fine, no problems. But he cannot confirm who he's shooting at in the building, and he can't also confirm what part of the body he's shooting at. Not that he needs to. It's airsoft to expect to get hit in the head wherever.
Medic! Any medics?
But as I was pretty confident that he was on our own team, putting rounds in there, I thought as soon as I respawn now, I'll leave the building, not wait for a medic, and then I'll actually go and inform him that he's friendly fire. Got blue on blue here.
Dead man walking! Dead man walking, get him a grenade. Dead man walking, get a grenade. Get him a grenade, hang on.
As you can see how dark it is, you can see the light of my helmet cam flashing up. I need to cover that up really. Never really noticed it before, because you can't really see that much in the daylight. But you can see it like a beacon here, so that probably didn't help me too much. So now I picked up my 209. It's a quick sprint back to the respawn. I wish the sprint was actually as fast as that in real life. Okay, now we're respawned. It's time to go and find the random sniper and inform him that he's shooting the wrong team.
Friendlies in there. So, you didn't know. You can't see, can you? So just thought I'd double back and let you know. So they're up to his last 2 rooms there, I think. Okay, yeah. So basically, anything that's coming out of here, if you end up running out, it'll fair game, right?
So that's the friendly team member informed. Obviously, he was our own team, which is good. It's always good to see a bit of support fire there, but clearly in the wrong circumstances. So now we've done that, we've relinked up back to our some friendly team members. We're going to try and get access through this end of the building, and therefore pincer the enemy into the end room.
Orange team, back door. Is that orange there? Well, if you're no bands, we're no bands.
So we find out that actually the room we're trying to gain entrance to is full of no bands as well. So the actual enemy is held up in only one room now. And just highlighting again, I really need to cover that flashing light up. Although it looks kind of spooky, quite good for Halloween. Might use it for that. So actually we took a couple of minutes. We decided how we're going to get in there, waiting for the guy to get his grenade ready, to roll it in, and also a guy to kick the door open, and then myself there to support some fire. So eventually he goes in. So that's gone in, killed one of the occupants. We're not sure how many more are in there at this time, but we end up putting another attack in as the room bends around further to the right.
One in there, one in there, one in there.
So this next section, just round the corner to finally clear the whole building, gets a little bit tasty. As I'm moving in, one of the occupants throws a grenade at me, which then actually goes off. I think it's a wobblehead, and it actually went off on me, which you'll be able to see that in a second in all its glory. Yeah, that one stung. So, although it was a wrong thing to do, we won the game. And then that was a quick turnaround. We literally just turned around and walked back out of the game there after a couple of minutes, and then we got ourselves into position to defend the building. We did end up holding the building for longer. It did take them longer to establish and finally get in. So I have fast forwarded this to the bit where they're coming up to the door and they're trying to gain entry. I'll do warn you though, if you're listening to this in a headset or on a speaker, there is a lot of grenades thrown into this building.
Fucking hell. Grenade, get in. Fuck me. Oh, fucking grenade.
So after some 10 grenades being thrown into the building and one from us, that then pushed us right back into the room that you saw a minute ago with us the final attack going in. So we were in exactly the same position that they were then. I was actually in the same place where the gentleman stood where they threw a grenade at me. So yeah, it quickly turns around into the same opposing force and opposing tactics that they showed the first game. So after all these grenades, some 10 grenades going in, and then one grenade going out from us, our ears are ringing. We're sort of feeling the strange time, and we've been pushed right back into the same room where we were before, the same room we were attacking. A couple of guys try and come in the left-hand door here, but this standoff takes place over about 10-15 minutes. So this is the last section now. I'm going to let this play until the point where I run out and just try and clean up some of the guys and just put an end to the game, really, knowing that we've won. Yes, have some. So if you like what we see, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell icon for more Adventure Airsoft content. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. See you on the field. Bye bye.